Good day, my name is Andre Roux. I am the head of our Future Studies programs at the Business School. One might wonder, what is Future Studies? Not all that well known. But we've been involved at this business school in the practice and the teaching of Future Studies for just over 50 years. It does beg the question though still, what is it? One way of answering that is to ask, what is it not? So let's sort that out. It is not about buying and selling stocks, shares and bonds. It's not that kind of futures thinking. It's about studying, analyzing, thinking about that space and time which is yet to happen. Having said that, it is not about predicting the future. No mere mortal can do that. We have no scientific facts about the future. So what is it about? Well, one way of understanding what it's about is to talk about doing effective future studies and affective. So effective future studies is doing the right things, using the right tools, the right approaches, the right models which are rigorous and vigorous, and trying to explore the future, understand how the future may unfold in many different ways. Whereas affective future studies is more than just doing the right thing. It's about using what you discover to try to change and mold to some extent the way the future unfolds in a way that's more desirable. We talk about preferred futures. We have a simple saying that says we cannot change what has happened. The only space and time we can influence is the future. The past, for better or for worse, has happened. We could, if we so wish, using the right tools, the right disposition, the right way of thinking, the right attitude, we can bring about or help co-create a more desired future. Now, within this whole idea of being effective, there's a science behind that. It's not just an airy-fairy, mother and apple pie kind of thing. There's a science. There are tools and techniques, there are models, there are ways of thinking, one of which is well known, scenarios, but there are many others. And we have been very fortunate being able to do this for just over 50 years in both the private sector and the public sector, as practitioners, as scenario practitioners, providing strategic foresight, as well as blending that with two academic offerings, a postgraduate diploma in future studies and an MPhil in future studies. In fact, we've even had 4 or 5 people qualifying with their PhDs in future studies. One might ask, why choose this program and why do it at Stellenbosch Business School? Well, I think one answer is a very practical one. There aren't all that many such programs on this planet, probably no more than 20 odd. And in South Africa, indeed in Africa, we're the only institution that offers these programs. Having said that again, I should also point out, as we probably know, that we are very proud to be part of the offering of the Stellenbosch Business School because it is widely known, world-renowned for its quality of programs. We have the so-called Triple Crown, one of barely 120 schools, business schools out of more than 10,000 on this planet. So we're part and parcel of that. A third compelling reason is, as I alluded to a bit earlier, we bring a lovely blend, a lovely almost symbiotic relationship between doing what we practice, what we preach in practice, consulting to businesses, including some abroad, but then also the academic offering where the two marry in a wonderful way. That twinning, I think, offers our students a very satisfactory outcome. It's not just theory, it's not just practice, it is, as I say, a symbiotic relationship between the two. A related question might be, what makes students successful after completing this program, or one of the two programs? I think it's important that we realize that both of them are postgraduate programs. And our students enroll for the postgraduate diploma with a degree, and this could be any bachelor's degree. One of the features of future studies, it is by its very nature inter and transdisciplinary. There's no particular bachelor's degree that equips you in a better way than any other. But along with that then, it does imply that our students come from varied backgrounds, academic backgrounds, job-related backgrounds. That in its own right is an enriching experience. But then we also find that many of our students are already fairly well entrenched in their careers, whether that be in the world of strategy, marketing, finance, We've had ministers of religion doing this program, we have politicians doing the program, we've had senior army officers doing the program. They're all fairly well advanced, and on average I would say the age of our students is late 30s. So they bring with them a vast wealth of experience, which they then share with others and indeed with us as faculty. Many of them do the program not necessarily to embark upon a brand new career, but to enhance their existing use of and knowledge of things like strategy formulation. So there's no way I would ever say that doing this degree guarantees a promotion and a salary increase. I wouldn't say that at all. But we do find that our students, after doing the programs and degrees, always say this was a life-changing experience. They sometimes use more industrial language, but a life-changing experience has changed our way of thinking. Some of our students come in having already in possession of an MBA. This year we have 3 students doing the postgraduate diploma who have PhDs. And they all agree, and we use the word again, it's a life-changing experience which may enhance their careers, but certainly will enhance the richness of the contributions they can make to their organizations. It gives them, if nothing else, a much better idea of the complexity of life, and gives them that so-called big picture vision of what's going on in the world. One might also ask, what makes this program different compared to others? Well, as I alluded to a bit earlier, there aren't all that many programs on this planet. In the English-speaking world, probably fewer than 20 on the whole wide world. And we are still the only one in Africa, by the way, or the only ones in Africa. So that alone, I think, makes us a little bit different. We've also managed to build up a reputation globally amongst like-minded people, amongst other institutions. We are recognized for being one of the, let's say, leaders in teaching future studies. We're a member of the World Future Society Federation, which is, as the name indicates, is compiled of members from all over the world who somehow, some other way, engage in future studies. We remain the only one in Africa, and certainly one of, I said a bit earlier, one of only a handful in the world. And one way I think of, in a strange way of sort of pointing out our credibility, is that invariably when scientific articles are written on some aspect of scenarios, there's bound to be at least a footnote reference to the work we've been doing for the last 50 years. And again, we are recognized as such. In 2025, we will be hosting, along with the Institute for Futures Research, the World Future Studies Federation Conference, a real feather in our cap. We were actually invited to bid for this hosting. We're looking forward to that, which again I think is recognition of the esteem in which we are held. My sincere hope for graduates completing our programs is that they would have undergone a mental mind change about the way they think about the present, not only the future, realizing that amidst, let's be honest, a world of largely doom and gloom and polycrises, there are lights at the end of the tunnel, that we don't have to be victims of the past, but perhaps rather co-creators of a more desired future. In my opinion, I'm biased, future studies is a key component of our future skill set. I would therefore urge you to seriously think about enrolling for our program. You can do so by consulting our website. It's an online registration, putting in the necessary forms. You will then be subjected to a vetting. Your application will be vetted. And if we feel that you meet the basic requirements, a bachelor's degree and a couple of years of experience, chances are you'll be admitted. And I therefore look forward to seeing as many of you next year as possible. Thank you and good luck.